CIMB has let go of 3 Singapore department heads following a review of its operations in the Republic. This is according to an internal memo seen by Financial Services Careers website eFinancial Careers. The website said Josandi Thor, head of consumer banking, Yong Jun Ran, head of commercial banking, and Lai Ven Lee, head of corporate banking, are leaving the bank at the end of this month. It said the memo was sent to Singapore staff by CIMB Singapore CEO Victor Lee on Tuesday. eFinancial Careers quoted Lee as saying in the email that the unprecedented circumstances have forced it to take a hard look at its business model and direction. The lender has conducted a detailed analysis of CIMB Singapore's business and recalibrated its Forward 23 Plus strategy with a greater emphasis on sustainable growth. The report further quoted Lee as saying that this would involve reshaping business portfolios and driving cost efficiency across the bank. It is also streamlining the leadership structure and reducing the CEO's span of control to focus on key areas impacting the business. Forward 23 was launched as a 5-year growth plan in 2018 and was renamed Forward 23 Plus this year as CIMB tweaked its strategy in response to the pandemic. TheEdgeMarkets.com is seeking clarification from CIMB on the matter. The Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil says sexual abuse and exploitation are categorically banned and all allegations of such incidents will be investigated. This is after the Associated Press published a piece detailing multiple cases of rape, abuse and sexual harassment suffered by female plantation workers. In a statement, the RSPO said that it strives to ensure that human rights are recognized and protected under its standards. It added that if there are cases of sexual exploitation, abuse and harassment on its members' concessions, it will not hesitate to immediately act on these allegations. The RSPO added that it acknowledges that women are affected in different ways than men in the palm oil industry, and as such, women participating in the industry require different or additional employment support. It noted that its standards include the recognition of women's rights and needs as workers and require that women are given avenues to raise their grievances. The RSPO said it strongly encourages any organization or agency that has additional information about the claims or any violations of this nature found on RSPO member plantations to submit a complaint. Daya Maju LTAT has applied to the KL High Court to enter judgment against the government and Transport Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wee Ka Siong for axing the Klang Valley Doubletracking Phase 2 contract and owing the firm in excess of 137 million ringgit. A lawyer from law firm Scrine, which is representing Daya Maju LTAT, said Judge Dato' Aliza Sulaiman has fixed December 23, 2020 for case management. The lawyer told TheEdgeMarkets.com that this is to fix a hearing of an application to enter judgment on admission of an undisputed sum due to the client. It was reported in August that the Transport Ministry will reopen the tender for the KVDT2 project after taking into consideration the results of an extensive study and investigation on the cost of the project. Quoting We, Bernama reported that the open tender would be in the interest of optimizing the use of public funds for large-scale infrastructure projects. Yesterday, the EdgeMarkets.com reported that Daya Maju LTAT had in September filed a judicial review to challenge the KVDT2 tender reopening. It had named the government and We as defendants. Rubberex Corp Malaysia saw its third quarter earnings surge 13 times to 39.52 million as demand for nitrile gloves spiked. Also boosting margins were higher average glove selling prices, favorable exchange rates and improved production efficiencies. Revenue for the quarter jumped 75% to 109.03 million ringgit. Going forward, the group is focused on the nitrile disposable glove division, which is currently operating at full capacity. It said its performance is expected to continue for the rest of 2020, with its order book filled up to last until the second half of 2021. It added that its next capacity expansion is on track and should contribute to earnings in the fourth quarter of 2020 onwards. In a separate filing, Rubberex said its subsidiary Rubberex Alliance is buying 2 parcels of land from Prisma Lengkap for 11.39 million ringgit. The tracts in Perak will be used to expand Rubberex's manufacturing and sales of nitrile disposable disposable gloves. The deal will be funded via internally generated funds and is expected to be completed by the first quarter of 2021. The FBM-KLCI snapped 2 straight days of losses as the rise in global COVID-19 cases spurred investors to pile into rubber glove manufacturers' shares. The local benchmark composite ended trading 10.07 points or 0.64% higher at 1,593.75 today. Across Bursa Malaysia at 5 p.m, 9.01 billion securities were traded for 5.16 billion ringgit with 690 gainers, 504 losers and 446 counters closing unchanged. Top gainers included glove manufacturers Top Glove Corp and Supermax Corp, which rose on bargain hunting, and as the jump in COVID-19 numbers worldwide checked investors' vaccine-driven optimism. Top Glove closed 35 cent or 5.04% higher at 7 ringgit 29, while Supermax added 32 cent or 4.12% to 8 ringgit and 8 cent. Bursa's healthcare index, which includes rubber glove manufacturers as constituents, ended up 1.43%. Public Investment Bank technical analyst Lee Xiaoping says at this juncture, the index is expected to trend sideways between 1,610 and 1,580 points in the near term, hanging between bull and bear territory.